take it all at once, try and avoid doubling. Please call net control VA3 BVH.
VA3 IKE mobile. VA3 VDF.
Yeah, I've got Ike and Mark in Leamington. Anybody else? For the net, police call VA3 BVH.
Echo 3, Whiskey Golf, Whiskey. 3, event. VA3 URO. Tango Mike Golf. Delta 8 Sierra Romeo, Quebec. Tony at East Point. 3 Tango November, Tim in the Forest State, Windsor, and everybody's listening. We're under a severe weather watch till 10 o'clock to midnight, including the 4 counties in the states and including Windsor. VA3 TCN listening under a severe weather watch. VA3 FTC mobile in and out. 3 GNX Dawn, West Windsor in and out. VA3 Fox Echo X-ray QRU. Good evening.
The pen is furiously scribbling. Forgive me if I get anything wrong here. I've got Ike, Mark, Graham, Dave. I believe URO is Dan. Forgive me if I'm wrong. TMG, Terry, SRQ, Tony, TGN, Tim, and then I've got FTC, GNX, and FEX, all QRU. Anybody else for the net? Police call VA3 VVH here in Leamington.
VH from UCY. Echo Sugar V3EN.
Hey, Bill, go ahead, Mike.
Terry in Windsor.
UCY, go ahead. B3 UCY, VA3 BVH.
Can you have FTC meet me on Zello, please? Just in case they're not hearing this in Windsor. FTC to meet me on Zello, please. Call them right now.
TJ, VA3 FTC, VE3 UCY is requesting your presence on Zello right now. So that's VA3 FTC to Zello from VE3 UCY relay. Roger. Okay, so I've got Bill. I'll throw UCY on the list as well. Mike, anybody else for the net here before I go to the top of the list? This is VA3 BVH here in Leamington. We got a late start, but bring on the check-ins.
Victor Echo 3, Echo Whiskey Delta. VE3 TMY, in and out, Brian.
That, I got, I believe it, EWD, I believe that's Marty and Cottam. And TMY, whereabouts are you there, Tim? Are you in Woodsley?
That's correct, Brian. South Woodsley, right in, just outside of downtown South Woodsley.
Roger, yeah, I don't talk to you guys all that often, so I can't remember where you guys live sometimes. Alright, anybody else? I've already got a full sheet. VA3 BVH, please call for the net.
EWD's in and out.
Alright, Marty, QRU, thank you, sir. Anybody else for the net, please call.
Delta Romeo, Quebec. Don and LaSalle, QRU.
Last call from LaSalle, can you please call one more time?
Victor Alpha 3, Delta Romeo, Quebec. Don and LaSalle, QRU.
Roger on the QRU, thanks Don. Anybody else before I go to the top, VA3 BVH?
Alpha 3, Fox November, in and out.
To that, Victor Alpha 3, Fox November. I believe it's Tecumseh. I just can't remember your name, sir.
QRU.
Roger that, Glenn, thanks. Anybody else for the net? Please call VA3 BVH.
IK, I'm going to be out of the car.
Roger. With that being said, Ike, I'll go to you right now. VA3IKE, Ike, welcome back to the net. Good to have you aboard. We're just taking check-ins tonight and wondering how far you are from the repeater, or approximately what your location is, and what kind of gear you're using. We're just going to do a range test tonight, see where everybody's at, what they're running.
Good, Brian. Well, okay, everybody. I'm in the front seat of my car, and I'm kind of pointed to the west, and I'm about, as the crow flies, about a mile maybe from the repeater. I don't know, is that good enough? I gotta go, VA3IK.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is someone with too much time on their hands. But thanks for checking in, Ike. Onward, V3 VDF. Mark, welcome back, sir. What say you this fine evening? Sure was a nice day outside in Leamington, that's for sure. Mark, welcome back to the net. Go ahead, sir. What are you running for gear, and whereabouts are you? How far are you from the machine? VA3 BVH, go ahead.
VA3 BVH, net controller from VE3 BDF returning. Good evening, Brian, all on net there. Sounds like I got Windsor in line here, so everybody's sounding pretty good tonight. So I'm running an ICOM IC207H, running about 20 watts out right now. Of course, I can see your house from my apartment, Brian, so there you go. So that's how close we are, so near Street South. I'm about 120, 130 feet higher than you, or something like that there, so. But anyway, I'm running a coaxial bazooka for a 2-meter antenna, so. I do have other antennas that mag mounts that I can stick out if I find some steel somewhere. Well, there's no steel on the railing, so I'll have to do something else, so to get the UHF side of this radio, so. Anyway, I guess that's about it. Oh, the time now the net started, I had a late supper, so just nibbling away on a pizza, so there you go. And I think that's about it, Brian. I'm doing okay. I hope you guys are too, so. VA3 BVH, net controller from VE3 VDF.
Roger that, Mark. Yeah, we're doing good. Still at work. I don't know, with construction and everything shutting down, certain parts of construction and new builds, I don't know how long I have left, but I'm predicting probably within the next 2 weeks. That'll be my guess. If not by Thursday, because we get Friday off, so I figured maybe by even Thursday this week. But we'll have to see what goes on. Thanks for checking in, Mark. Out to Wheatley, a.k.a. the Village, or a.k.a. to some Salem. VE3WGW, VA3BVH. Graham, welcome back. I'm assuming you're running some sort of commercial Motorola and some fancy, far-fetched handmade antenna that's up atop your homestead. Graham, what are you running tonight? I know where you are on Bluff there, but what are you running for gear, Graham? VA3BVH, go ahead.
VA3BVH in the illustrious net. I am running a Motorola CDM 1250, 25 watts into a Telewave 2-element vertical antenna. I am, as the crow flies, I am 16.92 kilometers, or in miles, let's go to miles here, miles. I am 10.51 miles from the repeater. So, the antenna I have is pointed to the east, so it's not really good here, but it's not got power off the back end of it, but it still works into it, and everything is going good. And I noticed Tim was mentioning storms coming in, and right now there is a tornado in where the devil is it? Just outside of Detroit, up around Lansing, there's a tornado warning there. And the dirty weather should be hitting us, if all is equal, around 9:50 tonight. So we don't know what it is, but the temperatures are very wild over in Michigan now. It's up in the 70s, and we're sitting here at about 49 to 50 degrees, so it's warming up. It's a real weird front coming through, and the band is way down tonight. Nothing is coming through from U.S. So there you go, VE3BVH, VE3WTW, and I'm not in Salem, I'm in Romney.
That's right, you are. I forget that there is a small divide there. I loved history in high school. I need another history lesson. Perhaps you and George could school me sometime. Thanks for joining us, Graham. VE3DFN. Dave, welcome back, VA3BVH. Go ahead there, sir.
Everyone on net, I'm operating on a Balmain
Roger that, sir. Thanks for checking in. And you have yourself a good evening. We're going to keep going here. VA3URO, I believe it's Don. Welcome back, sir. Anything for the net to report tonight? And, of course, what you're running for gear and roughly how far you think you are from the repeater. Go ahead.
Victor Alpha 3 Uniform Romeo Oscar Dan in Maidstone, running a MD 9600 TYT radio here at about 40 watts as the meter shows. I am quite far from the repeater, actually right about say Highway 3 and Malden is my approximate location, and just watching the storm front here. Supposedly Lansing is getting the worst of it right now in Michigan, that is, and it is seemingly heading our way. That's all from my end. Glad that the net still happens tonight. Was looking forward to it, and glad to hear everyone here, and hopefully everyone is doing well. Back to you, net control from Victor Alpha 3 Uniform Romeo Oscar Dan in Maidstone.
Roger that, sir. Thanks for joining us today. And, keep your eyes on the sky. It's starting to become that kind of season, so especially with the weather being so nice. I heard it might be 20 degrees Celsius tomorrow. So definitely something that we can at least be looking forward to amid all this stuff that's been going on around the globe. Thanks for checking in. Hopefully we'll grab you again next week. VE3 TMG, my buddy out in Windsor there, Terry. Probably one of the biggest Leafs fans I know. Terry, welcome back to the net. Anything for the net tonight? And what are you running for gear, Terry? And approximately how far away from the machine are you? Go ahead.
Brian, everybody on that V3 TMG, you're kind of losing the link off and on. You're good for a while, then you kind of in and out. I don't know how we're making it to you, but yeah, well, I'm running 5 watts. I'm like, I think 3 miles from the repeater, according to repeater book on my phone, and I'm up at about 48 foot with a Diamond X50, and I'm on 440 wind. And normally I get into Tom without too much problem, although I got to run high power, but tonight I couldn't even bring it up. Then I changed some things and was able to bring it up, but yeah, everything's way down. It's not just normal conditions tonight. It's below normal conditions, so there you go. Anyway, hopefully you copied all that. I'll say, like I say, hello to everybody, and back to net control. This is VE3 TMG.
Roger that, Terry. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, I got you Q5 here, so I don't know if the internet or something's dipping a bit. Maybe Mike can comment on that. But that's good that we're all still able to connect here. So I'll keep going until like if it does fade, I'll obviously call Mike here. But for now, we keep going. Across the pond to KD8 SRQ out in East Point. Tony, how are the healthcare workers down there handling it? I am pretty sure they're overwhelmed and overrun right now. Can you give us an update on what's going on in the Metro Michigan area? Have you heard anything change in the last little bit, or is it still a full-on surge down there? Over to Tony, KD8 SRQ, VA3 BVH.
Dropped out of the link. VA3IK back.
What was that, Ike? VA3IKE, VA3BVH.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, I was listening on 147000, and you were dropping it and then totally left, so I don't think they heard you at the other end.
UCY, are you still hanging around?
Q5 there, V3TGN, first flight.
Great. Sounds like maybe a VHF issue. All right, we'll keep going. Maybe if Mike's still on site, he can tinker around with something. But all right, I guess we can't hear Tony anymore. So Tony, if you want to call in, if you can hear me, you can call in again in a few minutes here. VE3TGN, Tim, welcome back. This is VA3BVH. It sounds like you can hear me, so Tim, take it away. What's the weather looking like up top your apartment building there, Tim? VE3TGN, VA3BVH. Sounds like we lost the link again. VE3TGN, VA3BVH. say there?
You can hear me. Mike's at the repeater site saying that there were some changes made to the equipment up there that he wasn't aware of, and it's impacting on the link, obviously. So more to this story, but you're quite weak.
Roger, standing by.
Great into condom, Chris. Oh my God. Full quieting. Marty.
What was that? BVH?
BHIKE. Hey, Brian.
Sir?
I'm going to write you a letter for an idea I have, but I will write slow because I understand you can't read fast.
I can't. I wear glasses, and some people think I'm half in the bag all the time, so yeah, that would make sense.
I couldn't resist. Okay, I'm out of here. I can hear the 000, but when we key up or you key up or whatever, it's sporadic. It's kerchunking the machine, so I don't think anyone's really hearing you that well.
Yeah, well, as Bill just said, I guess Mike was unaware of some changes that were made up there, so he probably has to sit there and sort it all out now, so we need to put a big lock on all that so no one can touch anything. That'd be my idea.
Either that or never mind. Okay, I'll let you carry on. I'll be in and out or back and forth, as they say. I'll talk to you soon. VA3 BVH, VA3 IK.
Roger that, roger that. I guess I'll stand by here for a couple more minutes, and if not, we'll call her a night. VA3 BVH.
Hey, Chris, can you hear me? JSM. Chris? GGN.
Sir? Yeah, go ahead, Bill, VA3 BVH.
Phone talking to Mike and doing about three things here at once. Do you want me to continue on with the net from up here?
Sure, go for it. VA3 BVH.
Person that Brian spoke with. So who's next on the list, guys? Anybody?
It's Tango Golf November.
Not sure what the next one on the list is. Back to unit control from VA3 Euro. Okay, Dan, thanks very much. And I have a list here. I've got Terry DMG. Terry, have we heard from you tonight? That I have, like I say, I've been on the phone with Mike, and let me just say this, apparently a company came in to do some work at the site where all the ham radio equipment is, where all Mike's commercial stuff is, and they were working in that room, and they were also working on the antennas up on the roof, and everything seemed to to be fine. Mike went up to the site tonight, noticed a whole pile of stuff has been changed, and the guess is that the link antenna has been shifted a bit, hence the loss of the link this evening. So what can I say? Because Brian's been there, but he keeps dropping out. So let me turn it over to KD8SRQ over at East Point. Good evening. Next on the list I have is Tim, TGN. Tim. Yeah, good evening there, Bill. Mr. Name under a weather watch there from the National Weather Service, including the 4 counties, states, touchdown, but we're under a watch till midnight in Essex County area there, severe weather watch. Just don't go there. Stay where there's no tornadoes. Tim, thanks very much. Terry, V3SUB. Terry is still with us. Well, hello there, Bill. Doubling up on Brian's already heard from Marty, V3EWD. Marty, are you there?
Yeah, Bill, I don't know if you can hear me. I can go over to Win. I'm into Mike's repeater.
Not the best, but we hear you.
And if you get a chance, have you got a pen handy? When you get a chance, if you can give me a phone call, I appreciate it. 519-839-5196. Today or tomorrow, whenever you get a chance. I appreciate it.
Very good. I gotta because I'll be calling the Gosfield North phone system, do I gotta dig out my old rotary dial phone?
Well, we got an operator named Sarah. You got to go through her.
Bill. Marty, we'll talk. Thanks very much for checking in. And before I continue on with the list, my apology everybody for what's going on tonight. There's been some issues for a while with the link, and it's Mike is at the site right now. What can I tell you? These systems are somewhat complicated, and Mike's running around like a chicken with his head cut off these days. So that's unfortunately life in the fast lane. I've got TJ V3 FTC was in and out. TJ, thank you. Donnie V3 GNX, thank you. Mark V3FEX. Marcus, thank you. Hello to Susie. Tim V3TMY in the metropolis of Woodsley, thank you. Tim Jr. VA3TNJ. We had a pizza the other night from Franco's. It was good. I mentioned your name and they tossed me out in the street in the alley behind the place. Next on the list that I have, and again, if he's already been heard from, that's life. Sorry guys, but we'll do this twice, I guess. Art V3AKJ. Yes, net control tonight at this end. This is V3AKJ in River Canard, and the rundown here is an IC, an ICOM IC828 running about 45 watts into Jetstream UV antenna with about 4.5 dB gain at about 30 feet. And I noted that I could copy, of course, this repeater. It's only about 10 clicks away from here, I think. And also the one out at the far end on 9.7, about half the signal strength of here. And so I was able to copy the other end while it was dropping out at this end. And not too much to say tonight other than we're also watching for the weather that's coming in. Looks like maybe this is our first goodie of the season. And might be our first start to Canmore season. I hope not, but the people on the other side of the river are saying it's a goodie, so we're going to have to watch for it, I guess. Anyway, that's it for tonight, Bill. VE3, AKJ.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just looking at the weather radar, and it looks a little nasty up around the Lansing area. So let's just keep it up there, keep it to the north. And I almost had to dig out a Marker Luxury mobile radio. I think you know the one I'm talking about. One of the positive aspects in a negative slant for my QTH is that these nets have really shown how some stations, myself included, some repeaters, we're having some issues. It's really given a hell of a test to our amateur radio infrastructure and our own personal stations. And so in my situation, it's screaming that I need some new radios. But what can I tell you? I'm on my newest radio, which is a Chinese-made, full-fang, handheld tri-band with a long antenna that I got from John V3D, I said. So not the best station, but that's what I got right now, but we're going to work on that. Just now I was on the Radio World website pricing radios. Art, thanks very much for checking into the net tonight. And the last one that I have on the list is Don VA3DRQ, formerly KUP out in LaSalle. Don, have we already heard from you? If not, say something. Tell me what's new in LaSalle.
QRU, Bill, BVH.
Let's open it up. Any further check-ins for the Sunparlor Amateur Radio Club Tuesday night FM net? My apologies to Brian, VA3BVH, for this mess tonight. He's trying to run the net, and the link ain't working that well. So any further check-ins to this net, please call VE3 Echo Sugar. DCY. DCSN. Side of the border. In fact, let's stand by. Do we have anybody out of the
for diving in there and trying to get things back up and working again? VE3 TPD back to net.
The other day I was listening to you and Graham on Triple O. I'm pretty sure it was Triple O. You guys were on it. It was good signals from both of you. We've had the odd band opening here on the band, so that's been helpful, but tonight ain't happening. And I'm looking at the long-range weather forecast, like for the next 10 days, we're back into the 40s, upper and mid-40s Fahrenheit for temperatures. So I guess Mother Nature's thrown a curveball at us again. Hang in there. We'll get things straightened around. Over to John, VA3JSM, out in the sister city of Whately, which is Cottam, Ontario. John.
VA3 Echo Sugar, how are you there, my friend? VA3JSM. Yeah, we're sitting here in beautiful downtown Cottam. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Storms, we've got nothing here, so I don't know what's going on. And don't believe EWD, whatever he tells you. Anyway, congrats. Keep this good work up. This is really fun. I'm starting to enjoy getting back into ham radio again. So anyway, with that, I'm going to be out. VA3JSM to net control, V3ES.
Okay, excellent. Welcome back into the hobby, so to speak. And good to hear your melodious tone. And I don't have anybody else on my list, so let's open it up one more time, see if anybody else is still out there. Let's hear from anybody from VE3 Echo Sugar, Nick Control. Go ahead. 3-0. TQ, are you?
But one, this is the signing on for the Tuesday net. This is VE3 George King Oscar, in and out.
We have ZO and EXT and GKO. Anybody else for the net?
A3 SGM.
Who was that?
Victor Alpha 3 Sugar Golf Mike.
SGM. Anybody else? Riverside. Anybody else? AXL, there's a station from the past. Oh, anybody else? I've got 29 check-ins. Who wants to be number 30 tonight? 3KYB. JYB, one of the newest ham radio ops in this Dominion of Canada, or actually, I guess we're now just Canada. Thanks for checking in. Anybody else? Any other stations for this net? Please call the E3 Echo Sugar. VV with a relay. Go ahead, VV.
I have VA3 Delta Delta Papa Dennis at the company, but I think he's on the output. I think maybe he doesn't have the offset built.
We have you down, and that was Jeff, VA3JYB, and let me see, sorry, my pen just ran out of ink. Let me grab another one. Stand by. Okay, and before Jeff was Mark, V3KXL, long time no here. VV, SGM, GKO, EXT, and ZO. I heard EXT is being in and out. I'm not sure about ZO. Chris, V3ZO, were you in and out? Do you have anything for us tonight? And we're looking forward to the Wednesday night FM net tomorrow night. Over to you, Chris.
And all on net. No, not really anything new. Yep, we're going to do the net tomorrow. We're going to try to. Hopefully we have a little better results than last week. But I think all the bugs are worked out anyway. And that's it, just relaxing in the shack. We'll play a little bit of radio tonight, and hopefully the weather bypasses us. And that's about it. So back over to you, Bill. V3S Net Control from V3ZO.
Very much. Stand by. There's a station who wants to make a check-in here.
E3YBT.
There you go. Let me write that call sign down. I think I've heard of it before. Chris, thanks very much. We'll see you tomorrow night on the mighty Triple I repeater from downtown Windsor. Jerry V3EXT was in and out. Alan V3GKO had his words of wisdom, and let's turn it over to Sean VA3GS or SGM. Almost showed you that I was dyslexic, but I'm not. VA3SGM. Over to you, Sean.
in the group, VA3SGM. Good evening, all. It didn't sound like I was making it in very well from from Tom, so I switched over to Win. If we were still doing signal reports and station IDs and locations and such, Puce Road and 401, I think that makes it about 19 miles from Win and running 40 watts into a GP15 at 20 feet in the air. That's all I had for the net. Thank you to you, Mike, and everyone else who's trying to put this together. I'll say 7-3 all and turn it back to net control. VA3SGM.
First, when you checked in, your signal wasn't that bad, but again, you're going through the Tom repeater, and from what Mike's saying, it sounds like Tom ain't being heard that well up in Windsor, or is it vice versa? But here on going through Win VHF, you're Q5. Good signal. Again, these are the things we find out when these repeaters get heavy usage, and the one benefit vis-a-vis ham radio, as I've said a few times over the last 2-3 weeks, we are in week number 3, by the way, of these nets, is that we're finding out what works and what doesn't work. And, this is a bunch of individuals dealing with all of this stuff. If we were a government operation or a for-profit company, they'd be dispatching staff out to fix this stuff right away. But these things take time. But in the end, I'm sure that everything will be fixed and up and ready to go. So, Sean, thanks very much for checking in. And by the way, I'm reading articles in the paper, or is this all BS? Is your factory going to be opening up again pretty soon?
That I've heard is we think May 4th, but like everything else, stay tuned. It'll change again in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's my wife's office. She's there, she's not. They call her in, they tell her to stay home, and it's a bit of a mess, but hey, this is life at the moment. Sean, thanks very much for checking in. Next on the list is the guy we can blame for all of this. My partner in crime in all of this, Rick V3 Papa Victor. Mark is next. Rick V3 Papa Victor, who him and I were yakking, had started getting input from a number of guys, and we thought, hey, let's start this series of nets up. So here we are on the 7:30 every night of the week, tonight being the Tuesday night net. Rick, over to you out in the metropolis of Riverside. Go ahead.
Yes, with the net, V3PV. Yes, Bill. And everybody else on frequency, good evening. And I'm on the Win VHF, which sounds great. So, I'm about 6 miles from the downtown repeater, and running 5 watts here on this 8900 with GP15, fairly new one. So anyhow, yes, it's too bad that the link was acting up like that, but that's the way it goes. And some of the repeaters are really getting a good passing grade, like the 6-meter repeater, SMR, for the Sunday night nets, a triple O repeater, working great, and triple Z, 147-100, really, operating fine. But like you said, it brings out any faults in some of the systems and the stations. So it's very good, and I think these nets are going just great. Let me buy a minute.